जिस जमाने में सॉफ्ट पावर शब्द का जन्म नहीं हुआ होगा, शायद राज कपूर साहब ने दुनिया में भारत के सॉफ्ट पावर की ताकत को एस्टैब्लिश कर दिया था।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi used a term here, soft power, about the legendary actor-director Raj Kapoor. What did he mean by that? Oxford Dictionary defines soft power as power of a nation, state or alliance deriving from cultural or economic influence rather than military strength, which is called hard power. This does not necessarily mean that there is a quid pro quo or anything needs to be done where the influence is making an impact, but simply put, to help in maintaining cordial relationship between the two nations that politicians or military sometimes cannot achieve, and that is to win the heart and mind of people. So how did Raj Kapoor become India's soft power 70 years ago and remain still today? Let's begin with Russia. The country has been a long-term ally of India politically. We established diplomatic relationship with the then USSR in 1947 itself. But also culturally we became good friends. And Raj Kapoor had a role to play here, literally. In the early 1950s, as the theme of India Rusi Bhai Bhai rode high, simultaneously Raj Kapoor also became a sensation in Russia or then USSR. His films were highest grossing. Legend has it that during his visit to the Soviet Union in 1954, Raj Kapoor landed without a visa and Russian authorities happily let him in. His car was lovingly mobbed by the fans right at the airport. This was in Moscow in 1954 for an Indian actor-director. This was about the release of Awara and was dubbed in a local language and found an immediate connect with people in Russia. Mera Naam Joker went on to become an India-Russia collaboration. So there were these trademark moves, both in Awara and Shree 420, socialist, underdog themes that matched the era of then Russian society. Universally humane storylines catching the attention of Russians toward Raj Kapoor and through him toward India with a friendly eye. Leaders and mayors in the USSR were singing Raj Kapoor's film songs, so a likable sensation in their political corridors too. Therefore, the diplomatic relationship between the two nations also remained favorable. If Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Raj Kapoor's grandchildren in 2024, former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi met the actor-director in person. Look at this image, with all other big film personalities and celebrities with the former Prime Minister. Every leader realizes the influence that entertainers possibly hold. Indian civilization has been as much about art, dance and cuisine. And that is what has attracted the world and often defined geopolitics and its history. So not just Raj Kapoor, in fact, Mithun Chakravarti's songs also have the Russians grooving to the Hindi film music. India Today's Gaurav Sawant and Geeta Mohan were in Ukraine and in Russia in 2022 when the war had started. But look at these women they met on their journey. And how did they break the ice despite language barrier? It was over the Hindi film songs.
О, Джимми, Джимми, Ася, Ася, иди, Радж Капур, люблю, не могу, всю жизнь люблю индийские фильмы.
This is why Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his visit to Russia also mentioned the song that was once a household favorite in the then USSR, Sar pe laal topi Rusi, phir bhi dil hai Hindustani, a bond and coexistence of the two. Such influence is long-lasting over generations in building peace and some memorable dance moves. The recent Oscar victory of RRR, for example, has also added to friendly attention toward India. In today's era, look at the popularity of Indian films worldwide, especially in the United Arab Emirates. At the Burj Khalifa, superstar Shah Rukh Khan often gets a special tribute. He's often invited to non-political grand events. Salman Khan movies are run to packed theatres even where citizens of the Gulf nations follow Indian films. Then there are Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil films that are as popular because of the diaspora living across the Middle East and how they have not only assimilated in the society but their contribution toward the Gulf countries. I would in fact go on to say something else, that Indian politics has not used to its potential the soft power of our films, music and entertainers. America, for example, has done it far better. Professor Dayakishan Thusu writes about the soft power of popular cinema, the case of India. I quote him here. Indian directors are certainly capable of making films of ambition and for a global viewership. He also goes on to mention how Hindi films have gained popularity, for example, even in China, a nation India has faced border concerns with. 2001 Lagan, 2009 campus-based comedy Three Idiots, both featuring Amir Khan, brought the Bollywood back into Chinese population's consciousness, especially for their younger generation. Art makes a connection which politics cannot. Janata makes a connection which netas cannot. Indian diaspora from the United States of America to the United Arab Emirates are the real soft power. Their success, their positive contribution makes that country's leadership and their existing society believe more in the capability of Indians. That is why India's biggest ambassador or biggest soft power is you. Your life will have an impact on how India will be seen across the world. So live it well. जो भी हो, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. Thank you for watching.